Hello and welcome to ThePrint. Today, I shall speak about what more needs to be done to promote atmanirbharta. India and Israel became independent countries less than a year apart in August 1947 and May 1948, respectively. Almost immediately, both countries had to wage a war to safeguard their sovereignty and territorial integrity due to their unequal neighbors. As independent states, both countries inherited nascent economies, fragile infrastructure, limited heavy industries, and immediate security threats. In fact, Israel was probably in a more critical situation as it faced a UN arms embargo on all the parties involved in the 1948 Arab-Israeli War, which limited its access to military equipment. Yet, despite these restrictions and existential threats, Israel rapidly transformed itself into a defense innovation powerhouse, exporting nearly $15 billion in advanced weaponry in 2024, while India continues to rely heavily on arms imports to meet its needs. Understanding this divergence reveals key lessons on strategy, institutional design, and national resolve, which India must learn to become a global powerhouse. Israel's journey towards defense self-reliance was driven by a combination of existential urgency and a national culture of innovation. When Israel was born, it immediately faced a multi-front military conflict. These wars forged a mindset of necessity-driven invention, unlike India, whose military objectives were shaped by the non-aligned philosophy and a focus on civilian instruction. This was particularly so during the Naravane years, when the armed forces were seen as a necessary evil and priority was given to the development of the civilian industrial sector at the cost of a firm military foundation. Israel, on the other hand, saw military capability as essential to survival. Every war it fought from 1948 through 1967, 1973, and right up to the ongoing conflict in Gaza has been a catalyst for innovation, with battlefield necessity spurring not only rapid development of weapon systems but also new tactics, techniques, and procedures. The urgency to upgrade our own defense preparedness has returned to the fore more so after Operation Sindoor. Limited foreign imports are being considered to plug critical gaps, including the possibility of inducting a foreign-made fifth-generation fighter aircraft. Inaugurating a workshop and exhibition held at the Manekshaw Center in Delhi on 16 July, Chief of Defence Staff General Anil Chauhan said, "In today's warfare, you can't win with yesterday's weapon systems. It is logical then that tomorrow's wars cannot be fought with the weapon systems based on today's technology. We need a transformative change in our systems." Two contrasting defense sectors. Israel carried out institutional integration of its military, academic, and private industrial capabilities, resulting in a tightly coordinated ecosystem. The Israeli Defense Forces worked in close tandem with universities, startups, and defense firms such as Elbit Systems, Rafael, and Israel Aerospace Industries. This tri-sector collaboration allowed rapid prototyping, battlefield testing, and iterative refinement. Mandatory conscription ensured military-civilian integration right from the go, while early support from the Jewish diaspora in terms of funds and know-how also helped. This aspect of a strong civil-military industry interface has been repeatedly stressed upon by Edward N. Luttwak and Eitan Shamir in their book The Art of military innovation. The result was world-class systems such as the Iron Dome, Trophy Active Protection System, unmanned aerial vehicles, and satellite systems. By contrast, India's defense sector remained largely insulated, dominated by public sector entities like the Defense Research and Development Organization (DRDO), Hindustan Aeronautics Limited (HAL), and the Ordnance Factory Board. It followed bureaucratic, slow-moving processes with limited commercial incentives or accountability. Weak feedback loops between users, that is the military, and the designers, DRDO, along with little to no synergy between academia and industry and the military, further hindered progress. Most importantly, procurement must transition from least cost L1 models to highest performance T1 evaluations, emphasizing metrics such as life cycle cost, operational performance, and indigenization will incentivize innovation and discourage a process over product mindset. The L1 system has been the bane of our procurement, encouraging companies to give the bare minimum to win contracts. Except for the armed forces, no stakeholder truly has skin in the game. Israel's export success in defense is also a reflection of its strategic necessity. With a small domestic market incapable of sustaining mature industries, Israel pursued exports aggressively. In 2024, Israeli defense exports hit a record $14.8 billion, with 48% comprising rockets, missiles, and air defense systems. These sales to Europe and other friendly countries not only validated Israeli technology but also funded future R&D. India, on the other hand, despite its large armed forces, has lacked a similar export essentiality, and its fledgling defense industry has struggled to translate capacity into mass production or competing globally, resulting in continued reliance on imports. The real challenge: India has initiated policy reforms aimed at shifting this paradigm. Programs like Make in India, the Defense Acquisition Procedure 2020, and the Strategic Partnership Model have opened doors for private sector participation in defense, raised FDI limits, and corporatized legacy PSUs. Notably, Reliance Defence's recent partnership with Germany's Rheinmetall and DL Defense to produce advanced ammunition and guided shells domestically mark significant milestones. Similarly, the indigenous helicopter gunship and sniper rifle developments reflect gradual progress. India's defense exports, estimated at about 21,000 crore rupees in financial year 2023-24 to over 100 countries, underscore a nascent export orientation, though much of it remains aspirational. Israel's success is an offshoot of existential necessity, an integrated ecosystem, a culture of innovation, and export-driven development. India must build upon the momentum it has created by deepening private sector involvement, institutional reform, procurement refocus, and nurturing human capital to genuinely realize atmanirbharta in defense. This requires bold structural transformation, sustained political support, and clear strategic direction with an emphasis on defense preparedness. In this context, it would be worthwhile to recollect what French President Emmanuel Macron said in his speech on the eve of Bastille Day 2025. To be free in this world, you must be feared. To be feared, you must be powerful. India's challenge is not of capability, but of unity and resolve. A focused, innovation-driven, user-integrated defense ecosystem is achievable if the government, empowers rather than restrains, the military leads rather than watches, and the industry builds rather than waits to be spoon fed. India has the necessary talent, demand, and the environment to build one of the best indigenous defense ecosystems. We just have to put it all together. This is General Naravane for the print.